Topic. We're often taught that the loudest voice gets heard, but experts told the Wall Street Journal that to get what you want, you need to shut up. See? Silence makes you feel awkward, but it can radiate confidence and connection. So, do you agree with this? Birthday girl?
Birthday girl,
I'm loud.
I'm loud. Okay, there is a place and time. I don't want to be the loudest person in the room, but I'm definitely not going to be the quietest, okay?
Okay.
If you make me feel uncomfortable, or if something's happening, I'm going to say it. I'm going to speak my truth,
Every single
honestly.
time?
Well, I am unemployed, and now I'm here because you speak truth and you go for what you believe in, and you know, you have to take those leaps sometimes. Sometimes staying quiet, you then get home, you're like, why didn't I say something? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? And I live with anxiety. You know what? It will eat me alive. Now I just know that I got to speak up. There is a time and place, okay? There is a time and place. And if I'm not saying anything, this face says it all.
Same. Oh my God, that's true.
It's true. No poker face.
No
Is there
poker.
a difference between talking and saying something?
There is because sometimes people talk,
Right?
I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
I think a lot of people might talk a lot and say absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But I will point out, I think there's a gender component to this story as there is to many, because women are in a catch-22 position. We're often told, speak up, be confident, ask for what you want, right? We're always told those things, and now someone's telling us, actually shut up. So I just think that, I think this is something that we might place on men, that we might think that a man who actually holds his mouth is a superpower, because they're often the loudest and talking in the room. So I do think that for women, we gotta think about this.
That's interesting that that's your take on it, because I heard it differently.
Oh,
First of all,
I'm excited for
I
this.
love the saying, there's a
excited.
great saying that says, insecurity is loud, confidence is quiet. And when you're talking about the difference in gender roles, think about the pay disparity between men and women. When we're sitting there, sometimes we're overqualified for the job that we're sitting there that we're interviewing for. And when they say, well, this is how much we're being paid, we're like, okay, we're just happy to take it. Where the man is more comfortable to let that, they're like, no, I don't like that number. And they're very comfortable with letting that moment be uncomfortable and the silence and going, no, this is my number and this is what I want. And then afterwards, sometimes I think we're not being paid what we're supposed to be paid because we're so uncomfortable with the negotiation and holding our tongue and sitting back and going, no, I'm gonna hold my ground, because we are so trained to be that person who, you know, we're just people pleasers. And as a former people pleaser who was always filling in the gap to make sure that everybody's happy, so, you know, we can't have any silence, I have to be talking. In business and in personal, I've learned that it's the worst thing you could possibly do for yourself, especially in your personal life, especially when it comes to dating. Instead of going on a date and thinking, how do I get him to like me? I'm just gonna keep on talking, give my whole life story, I've learned, you know what, shut up. Sit back, ask questions, and find out why he's worth your time.
I like that. You know, there's this famous ex-FBI hostage negotiator. His name's Chris Voss. I don't know if you've heard of him online, but anyway, he teaches the art of negotiation. And one of the most important skills he teaches is that silence piece. And so he says the best thing you can do if you're in contract negotiations, if you're in negotiations with your teenagers, your potential lovers, is to ask a question and then just let it sit. And there's also, like, he found that when he was negotiating with hostages, like, so criminals, or like, sorry, the criminal who had the hostages, he would just ask a question to them, and then in that uncomfortable space, the longer you could hold out for it, they would just start leaking information. It is our natural inclination. But the thing is none of us are naturally necessarily good at it. So here's the suggestion is when you go out today, maybe, tomorrow, try it out with your barista. Try it out with your gym trainer.
I would like a...
They're like, come on, there's a line of people behind you pushing.
You have to say
exactly. Like, you have to say, let's ask a question and then just wait, pause. It's hard in our line of work, though.
I mean, we get paid
to do it here.
But it is worth trying out. Okay, so take that.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.